Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers. This is your tarot, rune, and oracle reading for the week ahead whenever you're finding this. If you're watching along as I post because you're subscribed, this is for the week of August 11th through the 17th, 2025. You have the rune Gabo coming out. So Leo, there's a lot of generosity here. I feel like a lot of gifts from the universe are coming in for you this week. And I'm just so happy because, you know, Leo's readings have been really heavy for several weeks, and they just started to kind of improve like last week, I think. August 4th through the 10th, that reading, I feel like you were releasing a lot. You were letting go of someone or something, unhooking energy that was clinging on and feeding off of you. There could have been a lot of energy work that you've been doing, energy cleanses, reset, smoke cleansing, even just literally cleaning your house, just detaching any sort of siphons, energetic siphons from you. And just doing a lot of processing work in general. So going into this week, August 11th through the 17th, and you have Gabo, which shows gifts from the universe. I really feel like things are starting to look up for you, Leo. So I'm just really happy because things have been heavy in Leo's energy these past few weeks. Also, happy birthday if it's your birthday. We are in Leo season, and when the sun is in your sign, it brings in major gifts, major blessings. So I'm really happy to see that all of your hard work, all of the things you've been releasing and letting go of and processing, it's coming back around, okay? I'm seeing here images in my head of literal physical gifts. Okay, so this could be family, friends coming in, getting you things, bringing things into your home. Like someone comes over and they bring a whole cookie tray and like, oh, I saw this beautiful picture and I bought it for you, or this and that and this and that and this and that. And you're like, what's with all the generosity recently? It feels like a lot of people are really just pouring into you. And especially people who you're telling your stories to, telling like, yeah, I feel like this person has been using me or siphoning my energy. There's a lot of givers in your life. I feel like Spirit is trying to bring you other people who give a lot, because you may have given a lot, okay? And you're being redirected to surround yourself with community that is extraordinarily nurturing. You know, these are people who not only clean up after themselves, but are going to cook you a meal too. You know, you need more of that in your life. I feel like you've spent years and years and years being the giver and being surrounded by people who take, and also you may have even attracted people, especially if you're in the limelight, the spotlight in any way, attracted people who only seem to come around when you're shining, glowing, because they want a little bit of what you have to offer. They want a little bit of your magic. But then when you went through this dark time these past several weeks, you may have really taken note of who disappeared. Okay, the friends who fell off the face of the earth the second you started complaining about your life or needed some advice or whatever. You've taken notes of who doubled down on their generosity when you needed it most versus who fell off the face of the planet when you needed it most. Okay, so yeah, we have change. Yeah, there's a lot of change in the air this week for sure. And then we have the skunk and magnolia with protection. Yes, you've been doing so much energy protection on yourself. Something else I'm seeing here, Leo, rejection is divine protection. You're starting to become very clear and understanding when it comes to why certain people or opportunities were removed in your life in what felt like a very rapid and premature way. Some of you guys, what I'm seeing here is you may have even, if you're into spell work or energy work of any sort, you may have even casted protection rituals over your home or over your personal energy, okay? And as a result, it's funny, like people may have immediately like exited your life. And that happens sometimes. I'll give you a fun story actually. Many years ago, I moved into this house and I did a deep smoke cleanse on the whole thing. Now this house was only like a 5-minute drive away from all of my friends at the time. And I was in this big friend group, really cult-like, really toxic, okay? And I swear to God, the second I smoke cleansed and did deep protection rituals all over this house, for some reason, none of them wanted to visit, ever. And it was very odd. Like, it was very out of character because these were people that I spent every single day with. And basically what had happened in the months subsequent was that all of them just disappeared from my life. I stopped being friends with all of them the second I did this protection work, this smoke cleanse, this spell work, set the intentions, casted the intentions over myself that anybody lying, cheating, stealing, manipulating, toxic, draining, leaves my life abruptly. The second I casted those intentions, well, people left abruptly. They were not the people who I thought would. And then another thing that you want to do if you're doing rituals like that, you also want to set the intention that people who are givers, lovers, healers come into you very quickly as well. Come towards you, rather, very quickly as well. And yeah, you're seeing now how you were not meant to remain in an environment or around somebody during a certain chapter of their life. And that's why the rejection or the crumbling happened. So we have the High Priestess in reverse. Yeah. So in the past, you did not actually see the truth. That's what I'm seeing here. Like there, you may have even been lied to. There was a truth that you were not seeing, an intuition that you were ignoring. And that's what you were protected for. Your spirit guides have your back. Your ancestors in particular have your back. Light an incense for your ancestors today, because you don't even know how they have been working overtime to keep your energy safe, Leo. I see it so strongly. Like, they protected you from people and situations that you didn't even realize what was going on behind the scenes. And your ancestors are saying, you're not like a bad psychic or like not intuitive. Like, your third eye isn't closed because you didn't see these things. It's just that when you are a human, when you're living the human experience, you only have a small sliver of consciousness. Kind of like, think of a pie. The whole universe and the truth of all that is, it's like a full pie, right? When you're living as a human and you're just in your normal day-to-day reality, you only have one slice of what's going on, okay? Everything else is behind a veil, okay? Unless you like get into a deep meditation or use plant substances. And then for those brief moments, you have access to the whole pie, right? And that's why meditation is so great to do regularly, because sometimes it's nice to just tap into that whole pie and see the whole picture. But in your normal day-to-day life, you only have one sliver. So your ancestors are saying, it's not that you're not intuitive, it's not that you're stupid or whatever, it's just you are a human and it's impossible for you to have the full picture. And that's why we're here, protecting you, rejecting people and environments, situations, opportunities from you that do not serve you, okay? That's what happened. You didn't see something, it left your life. You may have been really in your head about it, mourning it. Why did this leave so abruptly? Why isn't this here? Why did this fall apart? I don't get it. I don't see what was the point in that. Your ancestors are coming in and answering that question, and they're saying, we were protecting you, okay? You did not, and I got chills as I say this, look at that. Ooh, you don't even know the half of it, Leo. And it's just, I know that it sucks to feel like you're being left out in the dark, but this is one of those situations where you don't even want to know, okay? You were being protected. We have the Tower. The Tower coming out as the next card. Are you kidding me? Wow. I think there's something about this week where it's like, how do I put it? This metaphor came through in another reading a few weeks back. Whatever was rejected, whatever abruptly left your life in these past few weeks, and again, it's your ancestors coming through to say this, we took you and we pulled you out of the tower. Okay, we pulled you out of the tower, and you didn't understand, why am I getting kicked out of this tower? Like, I spent months building this tower. Why am I getting kicked out? Your ancestors picked you up and they brought you outside of that tower, across the bridge, on the other side of the moat, safely in the woods, with a little blankie around your shoulder, some water, some sustenance, and a new tribe of people who are going to take care of you, right? So I'm getting this vision in my head. You're on the other side, you're in the woods, new people in your life, new environment, and they're all givers, they're all lovers, they're taking care of you. Hey, I see you just came from that tower. Let me take care of you. You're not alone. Come back with us. Okay, and as you're having this interaction, you're looking over at that tower from across the bridge, across the moat, and it's like the second you get to that safety, blankie around shoulders, beautiful tribe around you, juice box in hand, your sustenance, you're like sipping your little juice, and you're looking over at this tower that you were just pulled out of that you didn't want to leave, and it starts falling, it starts crumbling, and you're like, oh, again, I have goosebumps. And you're like, I was crying, screaming, kicking the whole time. I was being drug out of that tower by my ancestors. But they were protecting me because I would have absolutely been ruined if I stayed there, devastated if I stayed there. And it's like now you're in this environment where it's like, yeah, you're still sad that you had to leave, but you're regaining strength. You are surrounded by cool people. Cool things are happening. There's a promising future. Like, oh, okay, like, let me go to your village. What does that look like? And you hear these tales of how great it's going to be and how loving everyone is. And you trust it fully. It doesn't feel like the previous place you were at where there was always questions. You couldn't trust anything. You were always kept in the dark. It's not like that at all. Okay? So you're watching this tower come crumbling down. And I'll give you a more practical example of this. It's like, let's just say you just left a toxic relationship or got rejected by someone. And it's like, you're just like, why did that happen? Why did they walk away? I don't get it. And it's like now this week, you're starting to see why that was actually the biggest blessing that could have happened for you. Because maybe it comes out that this person, like, I don't know, like, I don't want to give a really bad example and get demonetized, but like something may come out about them or something may be happening in their life where you're just like, help. Glad I'm not dealing with that person anymore. I don't know. We have the Ace of Cups coming out in reverse. Yeah, this feels to be strongly relationship related, love related for a lot of you. And again, it's this question of like, why was that shut down? Why was that blocked? Guys, it was a good thing that this happened. 10 of Swords in reverse. I feel like you tried. Okay, I'm getting two messages here. I'm getting an image of you trying to cling on and hold on to this as it's crumbling, but they were also trying to cling on and hold on as it was crumbling, and they may have breadcrumbed you or try to like keep a foot in the door or something like that. And 10 of Swords in reverse to me is a card of like it's like beating a dead horse. That's the phrase that always comes into my head, where it's like something has proven that it's over, but especially underneath the High Priestess in reverse, you're not wanting to believe it. This person's also not wanting to believe it. Let's see. 2 of Swords. Protecting your peace, nevertheless. I feel like no matter what happens, whether you want to hang on and see what happens, whether you move on fully, your intuition is guiding you heavily at this time. And I feel like you're never going to make a decision in this that is going to jeopardize the peace the newfound peace that you now have access to. Does that make sense? You recently came upon this peace, like we said, running into that tribe who gives you a blanket and a juice box, you know? And it's like, that feels so good. You're not jeopardizing that. It's so new. It's so fresh. It feels so good. And I feel like even if you desperately want to cling on to something that has fallen apart, hoping that it's going to change or whatever, you're not going to make any choices in this. And you have to just trust yourself on this. You're not going to make any choices here that is going to jeopardize this newfound peace. So if somebody's trying to come back, if something's trying to change, they're really going to have to be actually changed. And look at that, Death in reverse. Yeah, there's a lot of messages here about having a hard time letting go, having a hard time moving on. And like I said, if it's not your energy, this could be someone else's energy clinging their claws into you. Like, I don't want to let go for the life of me. Even though it's like this whole reading, it's like High Priestess in reverse, lying, not seeing the truth, lying to yourself. Tower, extremely toxic, ending, crumbling. Ace of Cups in reverse, love being blocked, heart being blocked. 10 of Swords in reverse, and the Death in reverse. These are both cards of like, this is trying to end. It is beyond its expiration point and you're still holding on to it. It's kind of like when milk expires and instead of throwing it out, you just keep it in the fridge hoping it's going to be drinkable again. And it's like, no, the longer you hold on, the more it seems to just rot. And then you're hoping like, well, if I hold on to it long enough, maybe it'll turn into cheese or something. I don't know. And I feel like that's where you're at currently with the 2 of Swords, just not really making any move, just knowing that you're just protecting your peace. Wow. Anyways, Leo, intense reading. Watch for your sun, moon, rising, and Venus signs this week to get the fullest overview. I feel like there's more to this story this week, so go watch for your other signs here, and feel free to cross-watch for anyone as well. Thank you so much for joining me. Like this video, comment how it resonated down below, and subscribe if you've not already. If you want a personal reading with me one-on-one, the link to that is always in the description box, spiritpsychic.org. I also offer my intention oils there, shamanic life coaching sessions there, as well as my online tarot reading course. And if you want to leave a donation to the channel, I am always accepting donations. All donations go back into the channel in the form of editing software, filming equipment, tarot and oracle decks. So if you want to leave a donation, it goes a long way. And if you want me to spend your donation on something particular, feel free to let me know and I will do so. Actually, this deck I bought from a donation by somebody who specifically requested new decks. So thank you guys so much, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.